Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, you're very welcome. Today we're going to be making another healthy recipe. So sometimes we make easy recipes, which means we don't focus really much on keeping it healthy. But as of recently, we've started with making healthy recipes, and we already have, I don't know much, but a bunch on the healthy recipe playlist. So this one is going to be added to the healthy recipes playlist, and I hope you'll like it. As always, very basic ingredients, very easy. What we will be making today is chicken curry. So for that, we're going to be needing, of course, the curry spices. We're going to be needing the chicken. I'll leave the amount and the whole thing, I'll leave it in the description box. So we're going to be needing the curry, the chicken, parsley, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit of flour. We're going to be needing half onion. We're going to be needing about 150 grams of rice. Remember, when you're trying to lose weight and keep eating healthy, it's not just about what you eat, but it's also about how much you eat. So 150 grams of rice should be more than enough for 2 persons. Okay, we're going to be needing what we call here duri maizena, which is made of corn, and it helps you to make your sauce thicker. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. I don't know how to explain this in English, but if you want to make something thicker, mainly sauce, you just mix 1 tablespoon of that with 2 tablespoons of cold water. You warm it up, and then you add it to whatever you want to make thicker, especially if you have something that's simmering. So we're going to be needing that. Again, a little bit of salt. I'm going to be using, instead of butter, I'm going to be using yogurt, low fat. We need 1 chicken stock tablet. And I think this is it. I don't know if I forgot of anything. I'm sure I forgot something. These 2. I forgot these 2. Okay, I'm going to be using 2 zucchinis as vegetables for this dish, because remember, it's really important to make sure you eat vegetables every day in one way or another, one shape or another. So that's it. Let's just start, you guys. So guys, when I make dinner with and rice is involved, I always love to have the rice fresh and still warm. So what I do is I end up usually making the rice at the end. So for now, I'm going to clean the chicken, wash the chicken, wash the onion, chop it up, small pieces, and then first I'm going to fry the onion and the chicken. Then add the curry powder and let that simmer for a little bit. Then I'm gonna wash the zucchinis and dice them in little pieces and then add them to the chicken. Then I'm gonna make the chicken stock. And once you have the chicken stock, add it to the chicken that you're frying with the zucchini and let it simmer. But when the chicken is ready and you still have too much sauce, it's still too thin, too watery, then you can try to make it thick with this that I just said. Okay, so we're going to be adding eventually a little bit of flour, and then we're going to be adding this to make it a little bit thicker, and then a little bit of salt, you know, more or less in that order. That's how I will do it. And then eventually I'm going to add a little bit at the end, a little bit of the yogurt to give it that nice and, how do you say that, rich texture and taste, but without the fat, because this is low fat yogurt. So yeah, let's start. So guys, I'm gonna be preparing the water to make the rice, and like I said, I will be making the rice later on. I forgot I already had turned on the fire. But for the rice, I have here 1.5 liters, and I have 3 chicken stock tablets, because that's what you need for 1.5 liters. Okay, and in this water I'm going to be making the stock, and at the same time cook the rice in it. That way you don't have to have pots and pans all over the place. And plus, when I will drain the rice, I will keep the stock, and because we need that. So that's how I will be cooking the rice. 2 in 1. Get it? Efficiency. Thumbs up. So I always do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm gonna fry the onions a little bit until they get a little bit translucent. That's how we call it. Then when they get translucent and they soften up, then add the curry spices and a little bit of garlic. All right, so it's getting brownish ends, which means I'll be adding the curry and the garlic powder, or you can chop 1 or 2 cloves of garlic in there. And there it is. Mix it really well. Make sure that the heat is not too high. Just do it on low heat. Mix the curry like this. And now we're going to be adding the chicken. Now mix the chicken well. Make sure that every bit of chicken is covered and colored by the spices. Like this, smells really, really good. All right, so now bake the chicken until it's baked. So when the chicken is done, add the flour. So I have here 400 grams of chicken, and I'm gonna add, I don't want too much flour because that's really not healthy. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon and a half. It's more than enough. Mix it really well and bake it a little bit longer, about maybe a minute or 2. And then add the zucchini and mix it really well. Meanwhile,
I baked some cupcakes. Look, they're in the shape of puzzle pieces.
Shape of stars and hearts, and they smell really good. Good job, Mike. Good job.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So mix this and bake it a little bit, about a minute, and then we're gonna start adding the chicken stocking. Chicken stocking. Listen at me. My English is sometimes hilarious. When I'm tired, I can feel that I'm a little bit tired. So,
I'm doing what?
Cooking. Start adding about 250 milliliter of chicken stock in here. And I know that I told you that I'm gonna cook the rice in there, and I will. I just want to have this done with the sauce. I'm really tired. So I'm gonna take about 250 milliliters of the stock in here, finish this, and then in the meanwhile do the rice. Mike is annoying me. All right, so 250. There it goes. Oh man. Oh man. I was gonna say oh man, but I said it in Dutch. Oh man. 250. Not too much because we want a thick sauce. Okay, so mix this well and then put the lid on it for now for a couple of minutes. Guys, before I forgot, you know this thing that sometimes we use to help us make the sauce thick? Use that only, of course, if your sauce is not thick. So if the sauce is too thick, take a little bit more of the chicken stock in there and make it a little bit less thicker. If the sauce is not thick, then add a little bit of this instead of the flour. Okay, so that's how you do it. I was born in Morocco, and we actually have this as a phrase. When someone doesn't know what to do, we say, in Morocco we have this saying. Mike is not Moroccan, I'm Moroccan. Mike is Dutch. But in Morocco,
it ain't much if it ain't Dutch.
It ain't much if it ain't Dutch. Yeah. And Morocco, the Moroccans know how to rock it. Okay? So, we have this saying, when you see that someone doesn't know what to do, you tell them, you know what? add the flour, add the water until you have the nice thickness of the sauce. So that's what we're gonna do here, literally. All right, put the lid on it and let it simmer. And keep checking the sauce. Again, you guys, the sauce needs to be a little thicker. So as long as you see this watery thing, you know that you're still not there. But give it time, because don't forget, we've added the flour. So the flour should do the work to get the sauce thick. This is only for emergencies. This is your 911. When the sauce is still not thick, even with the flour in there. All right, so now that I have this simmering, I'm gonna continue and make the rice. I forgot about the salt and the pepper.
Oh no.
So just add a little bit of salt and the pepper now. And now it's really going to simmer. Speaking of Morocco, you guys, look. This parsley came from Morocco. How funny is that? It smells good. So now, the rice is done. This is done. The zucchini is soft. Everything is cooked. The sauce is thick to my liking. I don't know. I don't see what I'm doing. Again, if you want to have the sauce even thicker, then add some, I think it's called cornstarch in English. I'm not really sure. So, but this is fine for us. The sauce is perfect. I'm gonna add now. Everything is done. Right before you serve it, add a little bit of parsley. And the secret, a little bit of low-fat yogurt. Greek yogurt should be fine also if you happen to have Greek yogurt, which is really my favorite. Just be generous. And this will give it the nice texture that will make your mouth and your palate believe that you're actually enjoying an Indian buttery chicken curry. How about that? Let me taste. It's really good. It needs maybe a little bit of sugar. Other than that, it's really good. Look at that. It smells good. It tastes good. And again, remember, do not expect to taste the same thing as you would in an Indian restaurant, because this is meant to contain less fat, low calories. Huh? Oh yeah, shame that we don't have naan bread. So there it is. Let me take a good thumbnail of all this hard work. There it is. And then later on, with a nice cup of tea, one of these, or maybe two. Ah, look, it's a heart. This is what we have for you. This heart is what we want to dedicate to all those of you that keep supporting this channel, watching, sharing, commenting, subscribing. We love you guys. Thank you so much. We hope your new year is being really good so far to you and to everyone. Yeah, see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Guys, these muffins are so good. So this is the Betty Crocker Party Rainbow Cake. If you do not make the cake, but you make muffins and you divide the batter, the cake mix, once you make that and you divide it over about, I don't know, maybe 20 cupcakes, you only end up with about 60 calories per muffin. Just an idea.
So that means I can have 3.
Depending on how much credit you have per day, yeah. And since we're taking it really easy, eating stuff that's low calorie, we end up with a lot of credit at the end of the day. So we're still doing this,
even
honestly.
When I eat 3, I still have 523 calories left for today.
See? That's the way to do it.
So bring out the chocolate.
Hi.
This is a really nice store. In the mystic regions of Asia. We had some really nice t-shirts here last year. So Mike is now looking to see if we can find anything nice.
Sorry?
No?
Yeah?
These look. These look like.
Deze ook trouwens.
Ja.
Ja?
Die is leuk. Ja. Fruit.
Too small, too small.